I just made a hot wire Styro-Slicer that traces out styrofoam shapes with an impressive amount of precision and control. It'll create 3D puzzles for entertainment and decoration, or help you craft a custom styrofoam sword for cosplay or metal casting. The wire blade can be set to any angle you need, and perhaps the best part is, the whole thing compacts together easily for quick and clutter-free storage. Styrofoam usually isn't the nicest stuff to work with. If you snap or break a piece in half, it'll spew a mess of tiny styrofoam balls that stick to just about everything. And even if you try cutting it with scissors or a knife, the pieces still come out jagged and look terrible. But not with the Styro-Slicer. There's a much easier way to form your foam, and all it takes is a simple hot wire foam cutter, like this one I made out of low-cost and easily accessible materials. The heart of the Styro-Slicer is a thin stainless steel wire that uses electricity to slice through any thickness of styrofoam you want. As the wire gets hot, it melts through the foam pieces like a hot knife through butter, leaving some of the cleanest and smoothest edges imaginable. The little spring at the top is there to help keep constant tension on the wire as it expands and contracts with the heat, and looking at the side of this improvised foam factory, you'll see a red switch and an adjustable dial. The dial is for fine-tuning the temperature of the wire so it'll slice faster or slower depending on your skill level and the kind of material you're working with. And the red switch boosts the system from normal power to overdrive. I'll show you what that does in just a minute. Now watch what happens if you try gluing something like a custom paper template to the top of the styrofoam and setting it to about 30% power. You can see the foam cutter still glides easily through the styrofoam, but notice how it doesn't actually go through the paper. This means you now have the option of using your own custom paper shapes as cutting guides to produce really clean and professional looking props. I went ahead and made some custom 3D weapon art like a styrofoam handgun, as well as an arsenal of mini master swords, which I'll show you how to make yourself in 2 other project videos. The base of the Styro-Slicer is an 18-inch work surface that gives plenty of room for most of your hobby projects, and if you attach a straight edge to one of the sides, you'll be able to slice and dice perfectly clean lines like never before. Now normal power is the mode you'll typically use for cutting foam and tracing templates, but if you need a little extra boost, simply flip the red switch to overdrive. This instantly gives you enough power to cut through balsa wood and burn through paint sticks like the kind you get from the hardware store. I'm not really sure why you'd need that much power, but the option is there just in case you do. And check this out, if you have to quickly step away from your project, just click the button on the side to instantly kill the power and stop the cutting. Within 3 to 5 seconds, the wire will be cool enough that you can actually touch it by hand, and when you're ready to get going again, just press the button to pick up exactly where you left off. But that's not all. The Styro-Slicer is designed to shape foam blocks up to 8 inches tall, and the slicer arm can be adjusted to make beveled cuts as well. Up to 45 degrees on the work surface and over 180 degrees when used by itself. What's really cool is if you position the arms horizontally over the base, you can actually cut styro slices as thin as you can imagine. And if that's not enough, simply unscrew the wing nut at the back of the support and you'll see the entire wire saw comes right off, giving you the option to cut larger styrofoam blocks free-handed. But wait, there's more. If you ever lose power or want to operate off the grid, simply unclip the backup battery cable and hook the clips to the terminals of a 6-volt lantern battery and you're back in business. These cheap and easy modifications make it so you can take your foam factory just about anywhere. And if your lantern battery dies on you, rather than throwing it out, try hacking it open so you can repurpose the carbon rods inside to build a mini arc furnace like the one I showed you in a previous project. The Styro-Slicer is made completely out of low-cost and easily accessible materials and can take as little as 5 seconds to set up and start working. It's also designed to snap back together ergonomically, so it takes up as little space as possible when you're finished and ready to put it away. Well, now you know how to glide through styrofoam with ease and create amazing styrofoam creations on a budget. You'll just need to build your own Styro-Slicer first, but I'll show you how to do that in another project video. Well, that's it for now. If you like this project, perhaps you'll like some of my others. Check them out at thekingofrandom.com. Hey, are you a fan of anime? If you like the anime experience, then check this out. I'm going to show you how you can get all the Digimon, Parasite, and Naruto you can handle for free. Step 1. Use the link in the description to go to crunchyroll.com/thekingofrandom and sign up for a 30-day free trial. Step 2. Instantly begin watching as much anime as you can stand. This project was sponsored by Crunchyroll, which is the most authentic anime experience you can get outside of Japan. They have over 25,000 episodes in 1080p HD that you can stream on any device, ranging from the best new anime to the classics. And there are never any ads or commercials you have to sit through either. When your free trial is up, it's just $6.95 a month to stay subscribed, or you can cancel anytime with just the click of a button. Every episode has professional subtitles, and what's really unique about the Crunchyroll experience is that when a new episode is released in Japan, it's available for you to watch in as little as 1 hour. Who else does that? Now I'm gonna go turn this styrofoam sword into solid aluminum, and I'll show you how that turns out in another project video. But while you're waiting, why not go watch some anime and pick up a few cool ideas for a project of your own. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you in the next project video. Talk to you then.